Hello and welcome to another another YouTube video on my YouTube channel. My name is Jesylee. I'm a mindset and manifestation coach or alchemist. I'm a self-love queen and spiritual baddie, and I'm here to fucking expand the people's consciousness and get them to wake the fuck up. In simple terms, I hope I can swear. This episode, I keep saying episode. This video is on how I manifested $10,000 in 14 weeks, and I'm not even kidding you, that happened. But before I do this, please subscribe, do whatever you need to do. It's for YouTube. If you like this video, if you like my videos, if not, then don't even worry about it. But please note that I have a new program out, and I'll talk about it at the end of the video. So if this resonates with you and you need help, or you want help and you feel like I can help you, then stick around to the end. But this video is on how I manifested $10,000 in 14 weeks. And I just want to say this, that I manifested this money at the start of my journey. I have since manifested, I went, and I will tell you why this happened, but I went from having less than $1 in my account to over five figures. That's 5 figures in 3 months, and I'll tell you how much, and I'll tell you, this was after the $10,000. I'll explain all of that why in a minute. But firstly, I want to talk about how I manifested $10,000 in 14 weeks. If I can do it, you can do it too. Trust me, everyone can do it. Everyone has the ability to do it. This was when I was first starting out with manifesting. I had really no idea what the frick I was doing, but the reason why I manifested the $10,000 was because I was so stubbornly persistent. So one day, I was manifesting smaller things. Like, I had manifested text messages, I had manifested gifts, free coffees, I had manifested like so many cool smaller things. And this was, like I said, at the start of my journey. And then I realized I wanted to go hard, go home. So I wanted to manifest bigger things. And one thing I knew I wanted to do was money. And the reason why, and I want to stress this enough. So when I was manifesting this money, there wasn't a lot of lack around it because I wasn't desperately needy. I just wanted to say that right now. So when you hear the term letting go, I guess in this context, it was me letting go because there wasn't much resistance around it. But there was, but there wasn't, and I'll explain that. So one day I had decided that I really wanted to manifest $10,000 because I wanted to see if this really, firstly I wanted to fucking see if this shit really worked. Like, I knew it did, but then I was like, $10,000, I was skeptical. But also, I wanted to prove myself a point, in other terms. So I had made the decision that I wanted to manifest $10,000. What I did was I ended up writing it down, and then when I wrote it down, I used it as an affirmation, and then I continually used the affirmation like, I'm not even kidding you, like 20 million times a day, every single day. So when I think about it, when I used the term letting go, I also didn't really let it go. But there wasn't a lot of resistance around it. But I did, like, I'm not even kidding you, every single day, I reckon at least 10, 20 times, that money came up in my mind. Because I'm a very stubborn person in a way. I'm very like my ego back then was so fucking stubborn and so powerful that it kept reminding me that there was no way I was going to get this $10,000. So every single day I remember thinking that this I was trying to manifest this $10,000, and I had no idea how. I didn't care. Like, I did honestly think of some ways of how, but I remember back then I was watching Roxy Talks, Sammy, your name's Sammy, Joe Dispenza, there was someone else I can't remember. But anyway, so I was watching like heavily invested in all those videos and everything like that, and I just remember thinking, I've just got to keep thinking that I already have it. And so every time the thought would come up, I would always, and the thought would be, where's the $10,000? It was like my ego was like poking me, going, where's the $10,000? And I remember changing the thought every single time. I would always be like, nope, I've got $10,000, I've got $10,000, I've got $10,000. So that was one of the things that I was doing every single day. And I was stubbornly persistent with that. Like, I was always like, And if I had a moment of, like, you're never going to get this $10,000, and mind you, that happened more so on the shitty days that I had, I honestly always stubbornly persisted. I would not let that linger. I wouldn't let it spiral. It would probably happen. I remember driving, sometimes I would think it, and I'll be like, hold on, because you know, when you're driving, you're not really aware of the thoughts you're having because they're very subconscious. I remember subconsciously thinking that like my ego would be like, you're never gonna get this $10,000, whatever. Then I would move it to my conscious thinking, and I would change the thought. So anyway, that was that. And then I would also, I would think it all the freaking time, at least 20 million times a day. I also went to bed visualizing having the money. This wasn't every single day. It doesn't have to be consistently, like, you know, twice a day or every single night before bed. I used to always visualize seeing the money because it made me feel really good. I love visualizing. My manifesting technique is pretty much visualizing. I love visualizing, and everyone is different. Some people like to journal more. I do not like journaling because I don't like writing for some reason, but for other people, it will work whatever the way it will work for you. So for me, I love visualizing. So I would visualize it all the time as well throughout the day, and I'd also visualize it before bed. Like I said, this wasn't consistent. I didn't make it so I had to do it every night, because if you build up the belief that you have to do it every night, then that's your belief around it. And then, which is very bad, because if you forget a night, then you're like, fuck, I forgot a night, it's not going to come. So don't ever create a belief. Do not ever feel like you have to do something for a certain amount of time per day. Just do whatever feels right for you. So I would visualize it multiple times a day, sometimes at night, not every night. And I would really embody the version of me that had the money. So I would remember visualizing my bank account, looking at my bank account and seeing the money in there, and how I felt. And the way I felt was like, I was jumping up for joy. My heart was pounding. I was like, oh my God. And like everything going on around me was that I was just super excited. I also would visualize calling up a friend going, oh my God, I just received $10,000. I fucking knew it. So if you have someone that you can speak, that you know you would speak to them about it when receiving the money, then visualize calling them. That's another tactic. So I would do all of this, and I would do it pretty much every single freaking day, every single day. And then when I was going to say something else and I forgot it. But anyway, so I did all of that and came up to, and I didn't put a time limit on anything, mind you. I did not put a time limit on it because I didn't want to, because that would make it feel more unrealistic. So I kept persisting. There wasn't a lot of resistance around it, purely because I wasn't desperately needing it. Like, I did have money to buy for things. Another thing, that's what I was going to say, another thing that I was consistently in the belief and feeling of was whenever I paid a bill or whenever I paid for something, I would pay it as though I had $10,000. I would always pay it as though I had the $10,000. And I remember thinking, if I ever had a bill to pay and I was like, I had that split second of going, oh, there's another bill to pay, I would then swap up my thoughts and go, well, I've got $10,000, so why is this a problem? It's not a problem because I already have the money's already there. And so that was, I think, the biggest thing that helped me, and I feel like it might be the biggest issue, or might be the biggest, what's the other word, issue that a lot of people create around money, is when they're trying to attract money, and they say, yep, I got $10,000, but then when they're paying for bills, they're, you know, creating lack around having the money to pay for the bill, or if they want to spend something on themselves and then they go, well, I don't have a lot of money, because then that's going back into the mindset of not having that $10,000 or not having the money, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. So with all that being done, within the 14 weeks, I received one payment of $6,000. And mind you, it doesn't matter where it comes from, right? It doesn't matter where it comes from. And that was the thing that I didn't give a shit about. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care if it comes from a dead relative, which I'm really sorry, that sounded bad. I don't care where it comes from. I'm just going to get it. And that's it. It came from 2 different sources. I got $6,000, and I think I got $4,990 something. So it was almost $10,000. Now, the thing with that is, I had done all that work to manifest the $10,000, and I succeeded. And then because I had done no inner work, I had just done all the basic work around trying to manifest the $10,000, that I lost the money pretty quickly, pretty fast, like so fast, more than I could even imagine. And when you hear stories of like people that win the lottery or the jackpot, whatever, and they lose it so fast, it is so fucking true. And the reason why is because I had no idea how to act around I didn't know how to attain the money. I didn't know how, I didn't feel deserving or worthy of the money, because I never had that much money before. And so I lost it very fast. I didn't feel worthy of it. And so I spent it all. I didn't know the true meaning of the value of the money. And so I had the mindset of, well, it's going to go anyway. There's no, like, what's the point? And I didn't really realize at the time, but that's how I felt around money. So the version of me was still that had the $10,000 was still the version of me only being capable or able to manage or earn around like $1,000 to $2,000, and that was like with my pay. That's how much I got paid, right? So, and then I'd spend it all. That was literally how I lived. So when I lost the money, I was like, holy shit, I need to work out how to fucking have a relationship with money, because I had, not even kidding you, less than $1 in my account. And I remember getting stuck in a car park, and I had to pay to get out of this car park, and I needed to pay $1, $1 Aussie dollar, and I only had like 90 something cents. And I remember calling up a friend and going, hey, can you transfer me $1, please? How sad was that? And that was the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is fucked. I don't know if I can swear. This is effed. So I had to work out what my relationship was around money, and why I didn't feel worthy of having more money than what I have always had. And that was just because the belief around money was that I didn't know how to, I didn't feel worthy of it. I didn't know how to treat it, because, and my mindset around money has always been, well, I've got to save it because there's not a lot of money around. Like, money was really hard to earn, and that was because obviously my parents didn't have a lot of money growing up, and I saw them struggle. So my belief was that we had to struggle to receive money, to earn money, but another thing was it was always gonna go. Money is always gone. It's hard to keep. So that's why I had the belief that either one, I had to save, which I never really saved because I never really knew how to save. I was never taught that. But also I had the belief of, well, it's going to go anyway. Like, it's going to go. There's no way of being able to have that much money, if that makes sense. So that happened, and I realized that was just an internal belief that in order for me to receive more money than what I have been receiving, I have to no longer be at the same identity as I was before to be able to receive the bigger amount of money. So anyway, I worked on changing my mindset around money, and that was to release the old beliefs and to identify as the new version of me having more money than what I'd been going by. So anyway, I had manifested this new job, which again will be another video. And this new job was less hours. It was less hours than my last job. It was less work than my last job, but it was more money. And I didn't think that was possible. Absolutely didn't think it was possible, because at that point I wanted to start my own business, and I wanted to have my own clients, and I wanted to be here and teach people how to manifest. So I wanted to make sure that I was only working a certain amount of hours, and but I was like, well, if I can do this and I've manifested everything else that I manifested before, I want to manifest a job with more money, and I did. So, but not only that, because I'd worked on how I was able to manage money and get into alignment with the version of me that actually had the ideal amount of money that I wanted, which was like $10,000, right? I'm aiming for $10,000 a month, 10K a month. Oh yeah, baby. Then I no longer was able to be that old version of me. I had to become the new version of me. So it was creating new beliefs around money. It was figuring out why I wasn't worthy of money and releasing the old stories to be able to become the new version of me that was able to have $10,000 and be able to maintain it. So I ended up manifesting $20,000, and I invested quite a chunk of it, which is a whole separate thing, which I am very big on investing. So I invested a whole separate amount of it, and I still have, and it's still earning more and more money than what I was able to earn before. So, and I no longer, when I invested it, I no longer look at that money, because the old version of me spending that much money on myself was like so freaking scary. And because I had changed, I was no longer that version of me. I had changed my relationship around money. When I invested in that money, it didn't seem so scary. It was like, I'm investing this amount of money to make more money, and that has ended up happening. And so that's why I'm here today, being able to help clients, being able to receive clients, and being able to help as many women that I can learn how to manifest. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's made things clear about how I manifested the $10,000. I want to create a separate video on how to change your mindset around money. That's going to be a separate one. But I would love for you to comment if you had any moment of, like, any realization moment or any moment, any aha moment. Comment below. Let me know. But another thing I wanted to announce was that I had officially opened the doors to my FEM Money and Love Mastery program. It is an 8-week transformational program for the women who is wanting to change their relationship around money, change their relationship around themselves, build trust, a trusting, confident, loving relationship with themselves, because I know they go hand in hand, speaking from experience. So I have created this 8-week transformational program for the women who is wanting to feel like they're worthy of the $10,000, really step into their true power and frequency to allow in the money. So it'll be like a financial abundance. It'll be like an explosion full of love and feeling desired. I know that was the worst expression ever, but you will honestly end up feeling so rich, so sexy in your skin. Like you will just, because we're going to activate that femme power within, which is going a bit more spiritual, but we all have that feminine power within. We all have that energy that is literally sitting in here waiting to burst out, in my opinion. And I have seen in so many clients that they have that, they just haven't activated it. And when they activate it, when you activate that power, it really aligns you and allows in that frequency and that overflow of abundance, like financially, if it's love, if it's career-wise, if it's whatever it is, you're actually allowing, it's like a portal, you're opening it and you're allowing to, you're accessing that. So anyway, this 8-week transformational program, I hope it's designed for the women who's wanting to master their money and love, just master their money and love, pretty much. So if this sounds like you and you're interested in checking this out in my program, I would love for you to book a call or DM me or just message. And what we do is I'll get on a 30-minute call with you, or we can DM and chat, see if this is right for you, because it is an 8-week program. It's one of my longer programs. I want to make sure that this is what you want, and I want to make sure that this is the right fit and you're the right fit for me to be able to help you. So if this sounds like you, if you're like, oh my God, I need this, I absolutely need this, I want to be able to create an amazing relationship around money, I want to be able to love myself entirely, feel desired, feel sexy, feel magnetic, whatever, then please get on a call. I'll link the booking details below. Just comment in this video or DM me on my Instagram, Facebook. I've also got a private Facebook group as well, where you will get all these extra free juicy stuff. But I'd love to speak to you. I'd love to see you. If not, then I would love to see you on my next video. Bye for now.